You, me, yeah. Let's stay here for a lifetime underneath the moonlight. Cause I don't want us to go. No, I don't want us to go. Yeah, you could be my lifeline, you could be my sunshine. In a world so full of pain, can you make it go away? Used to be so sad that love was lost, but now it's here to stay. Yeah, I used to be uncomfortable, but look at me today. Never thought I'd find someone like you, someone to show the way. But now I know you're the answer to my prayer. You and me must be right. Something's in the air, I can feel it now. You and me must do something right. We can't get enough of us. You and me every night, aiming for the stars with the love so bright. You and me must do something right. Baby, I believe in us. I believe in you and me, you and me, you and me, you and me, yeah. I believe in you and me, you and me, you and me, you and me, yeah. I'm sorry for the burden, sorry I was hurting, but my scars are almost healed. Yeah, my scars are almost healed. Yeah, I'm feeling like a child now. Everything's alright now, and it's all because of you. You made the flower in me bloom. Used to be afraid of everything, but now there's no more fear. Yeah, I used to let nobody in and hide my face with tears. Always thought of you as someone who can love someone like me, but I was wrong. Baby, now I believe. You and me must be right. Something's in the air, I can feel it now. You and me must do something right. We can't get enough of us. You and me every night, aiming for the stars with the love so bright. You and me must do something right. Baby, I believe in us. I believe in you and me, you and me, you and me, you and me.
Hey, hey, hey.
Something's in the air, I can feel it now. You and me must do something right. We can't get enough of us. You and me every night, aiming for the stars with the love so bright. You and me must do something right. Baby, I believe in us. I believe in you and me, you and me, you and me, you and me, yeah. I believe in you and me,
Hey.
you and me, you and me, you and me, yeah.
Mm, mm, mm. 3, 2, 1. Hello, beautiful people. It's Danielle Danea here, and welcome to the Danny Danea Show. I am Danielle Danea, aka Danny Danea, and I got a lot to say. Did I say my name twice? Who cares? I said it twice. Anyway, today we are going to be talking about the presidential inauguration. Now, I didn't get to watch it live because I'm 3 hours behind. It's so crazy trying to compare like East Coast time to West Coast time, but it it started when I was prepping for my show, so I didn't get a chance to watch it live, but I got a chance to watch it afterwards, and I just have to say, congrats, America! Woohoo! We did it! We did it! Congrats to Donald Trump, President Donald Trump, pardon me. And I say congrats to America because I am just happy to see that so many people voted for Donald Trump. And it showed that so many people were tired of having a puppet as a president. and woke up to the craziness that was happening in our government and was like, enough. So that's why I say congrats to America. We did it. This was a great ceremony. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. It was 2 hours long. Like I've just got into politics kind of recently in the last 4 years, and so now I'm watching this this inauguration. I'm like, this is kind of long, but from the parts I have to admit I did skip through a lot of it. But for the parts I did watch, they were very, very good, very interesting to watch. I was intrigued. I was tuned in. I was all into watching the parts I did watch. But yeah, what a ceremony. Gosh, I loved watching everybody come in first, and I just gotta shout out Melania Trump for her outfit, man. Oh my goodness, that hat. Oh my gosh, and that pantsuit. Like, you know, I have to cop out the fashion because I am a fashion girly. Like, I appreciate good style, and I'm telling you, Melania shut down the whole place with that pantsuit. Because, mind you, I have seen Melania and what she has dressed like since 2016, and she usually wears, if you don't know, she usually wears dresses, very classy, very cutesy, very, very girly. But today, or yesterday, pardon me, this happened yesterday morning, she was like, I mean business, y'all not playing with me. I'm entering this White House like with a serious face, serious outfit, and I loved it. I was here for it. She was like, don't come to me with no craziness. I've not put it up with it. She was like, I played nice for a little while, but now my true colors are showing, and I'm not the one. I thought that was so great. The collar on the top of the suit was just gorgeous. I mean, fitted to a T. It looked great on her. I thought it was crazy that you couldn't even see her eyes really with the hat, but I think that was very intentional because she wanted to cover the shade, or if she looked like she was throwing shade. Because people love to like look at Melania's facial expressions and like say she's side-eyeing, say she doesn't really like Donald Trump, she's a paid actor and all this craziness. So she was like, no, I'm not giving people the time today. I'm gonna have my face covered. But that might have not been it. I might have made all that up, but she looked good. I just gotta give it to her. And another person that looked extremely good, I gotta say, is Usha Vance. Miss Usha Vance. She's the second lady, the wife of J.D. Vance. Just classy. Her hair was pinned up so nicely. She had this pink on. Oh my gosh. And it looked really good on her skin tone. Oh my gosh. And she's just so cute. Like if you watch throughout the whole ceremony, she's just smiling. You could tell she's just so proud of her husband, J.D. Vance, which she should be. Vice President J.D. Vance. Pardon me, I gotta say the official titles, man. Now you're their official Vice President J.D. Vance, and it was so cute to watch. You could tell it was genuine. Her smile is so beautiful. Just a beautiful human being. Yeah, looked great. And then Ivanka Trump. Oh my gosh. She always looks good. But I had to give it to her. She wore, I think, green, which is my favorite color. And then she had this hat that was so beautiful as well. I was like, oh, but she kills it every time. I didn't expect anything less. But yeah, killed it. Those are three people that killed it, okay? And you know what's crazy? You know, I heard the rumors that Michelle Obama would not be there. Former First Lady Michelle Obama. But I thought she was going to make a little appearance. I didn't think she was really not going to show. I thought that was like just a whole lot of people speculating, but she stood on business, man. If you did not watch this yesterday, I'm telling you, she did not show up. She was like, forget this. And this is not like, I hate when people are defending this woman. Like when you like somebody, you'll defend anything they say. And that's what's happening a lot in the Black community, or say and do. And that's what happens a lot in the Black community. And, you know, people were saying that she was so busy. She had other things to do. That's why she didn't come. Well, that's why she didn't come to previous things. But I think people were understandingly like, no, this is the second time because she didn't attend something else. I forget exactly what it was. That she should have been at. I think it was a past president's funeral. And people were like, she was working, but this was very intentional. She did not show up because she simply did not want to be there. But former President Barack Obama was there. Yeah, He walked in, confident, smiling, all that. So it didn't look like there's any like trouble there. People were like hinting at divorce, even though she just had them divorcing, even though like he just kind of celebrated her and made this post about, I think she just had a birthday. So I don't think divorce is on the table, but she told, it was just straight up, Michelle told Obama that I am not coming. It is what it is. And Obama was like, okay, whatever. He was like, I'm going to go. I have to go, but you can stay home. I thought it was very interesting. I thought it was also interesting that Mark Zuckerberg was there, because if you have kept up on his stances on now freedom of speech, now he wants freedom of speech to be a thing when during Biden's administration, he was censoring free speech. Like, he was calling people out and telling people to take posts down, or banning them from making certain posts about, speaking about the vaccine and other things that were happening during Joe Biden's run. And it was just like, oh, what, you want to police it during then, but it's like all of a sudden now you don't want to police it because of what? Because now Trump is in office, and like he's not gonna fall for that. Like, it seemed very flip floppy. And it's just like, oh, that type of person is very cringe. I don't like when people flip flop like that. Like, it reminds me of all of Kamala's presidency run campaign. Like, it's just, no, I don't trust it. So seeing him there just seemed like, I don't know if he should be there. Trump should keep his eye on him, because, again, someone who's easy, who can flip flop that easily and switch up, you can't trust him. So it was interesting seeing him. A lot of people said like he bought his way there. You can be so rich and buy yourself a seat next to Trump. But I don't know if that's the case. I'm hoping there was like some type of communication or something that happened behind the scenes, behind closed doors, that we don't know about, that he was like, okay, and gave him a call and invited him and his wife to come. But yeah, if that is the case, I will be very, very disappointed in Mr. President Donald Trump. But who else stood out was Donald Trump's youngest son, the son he has with Melania, Barron Trump. Good goodness, he is so tall. Oh my goodness, I was just watching. I was just like, this guy is crazy tall, and Donald Trump is pretty tall himself, so I don't know how tall Barron Trump is. I meant to look it up before I went live, but I'm going to look it up afterwards. It was just so funny seeing him stand next to the family of all the other sons Donald Trump has, and daughters and granddaughters and stuff like that. And it was just like, he just stood out. But what also stood out besides his height was that he was very composed, and the fact that he went and over and shook former President Joe Biden's hand and former Vice President Kamala Harris's hand. I don't think any of the other sons and daughters of Trump did that. So I thought that was very admirable, very respectful, very mature of him. To be only 18 and carry himself the way he did was very, very, it's a class act. And I was like, oh, he's getting a lot of attention from this. I don't blame people for giving him attention, because it's just like, wow. And Trump was like acknowledging him for, speaking about him helping him get the younger people to vote for him by going on shows like Joe Rogan. I mentioned that, like, not banning TikTok. I don't know if that's a thing. He didn't speak specifically on TikTok, but he gave him some eyesight on what the Gen Z, what his age range wants to see, and it really helped him in his campaign. So you can tell he's a smart individual. That was great. I loved seeing that. But you know what else was so funny though? I was watching Joe Biden and Kamala Harris when they came in. They saved face when he first walked in. Well, at least Kamala did. Joe Biden was looking like he didn't know where he was, looking very confused as always. But as it went on, Kamala could not save face that much. Like, she looked very irritated throughout the whole time of the inauguration. She was side-eyeing, she was rolling her eyes, she looked mad. It was kind of funny to watch, because it was just like, hey, like, suck it up, just smile a little bit, you lost. Don't be a sore loser. Don't be a sore loser. It's okay. And as Trump was speaking, she did not clap, not one time, until he started talking about, releasing troops that were held hostage in other countries. Then she clapped her hands. For the most part, she was just sitting there so mean, so muggy. She looked mad, mean mugging. It was so funny. It was just like, hey, get it together. Okay. Enough about that. That was pretty much the highlights. There were other people that came in that I don't know very well. I don't know about them as much, so I'm not going to comment on them. But let's get to Donald Trump's speech. Now, I appreciated his tone. He was very confident. Usually Donald Trump is very sarcastic. He says stuff that's very controversial. We all know this. But he kept it very respectful, very sincere. So I really appreciated that. I thought that was great. It was a nice change. He acknowledged MLK. Obviously, you guys know Martin Luther King Day was the same day of the inauguration yesterday. So I thought that was very respectful. He declared a national emergency for the southern border, which was definitely necessary. Too many illegal immigrants have been coming into our country. We know this. So I love that he said that. Great point. He's mentioning things he's going to do for the country all throughout the speech, and they all sound very promising. He talks about returning criminal aliens to their home country. Absolutely. People that are here illegally, they need to go back home. I'm sorry. Even if you got here on good intentions, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If you came here illegally, you should not be here. I hate to say it. It is what it is. I hate that our country is deemed so mean and so cruel for doing something that other countries do with no hesitation. And our country used to do with no hesitation, and it used to be no problem. But now all of a sudden our country has become so sensitive to people and to things. And it's just like, no. We need to have boundaries and standards to have our nation thrive. So that was a great point. He said lowering prices with inflation. When it comes to inflation, great. Everybody knows grocery prices are super high. Gas prices are super high. So yes, we want to see lower prices when we go to grocery stores and gas stations. Great. He said USA has the most oil and gas. He said he doesn't want electric cars, which is crazy because Elon Musk was also in attendance at this inauguration. And, Elon Musk has said that the future is going to be a lot of electric cars. Like everybody's going to be using them in the future. But Donald Trump saying basically that he doesn't want that to happen and that he wants America to have the most oil and gas. It was just very interesting. I wish they had shown the camera the recording of it. I wish they had zoomed in on Elon Musk's face when he said that. But I'm sure he didn't mind that much. He was just happy to be there, and I'll go a little more into that later. He was very happy to be there. But yeah, he's also talking about tariffs and taxes, place them on foreigners more so than us, or at least raise them more so on people who live outside our country than here. Perfect. Free speech, no policing. I wish they had put the camera on Mark Zuckerberg when he said this too. It was so annoying during 2020 to 2024, dealing with having to worry about saying certain words. It's like the truth is the truth. Like we shouldn't have to put up a front and say made up words just to make people feel comfortable about what we're saying. It's ridiculous. I hate it, and it's on so many platforms, especially Facebook and others like TikTok and Instagram, where you can't say certain things. So it's annoying. That's why people love Twitter so much. Oh, X, pardon me now, because they don't police the way these other platforms do. So I appreciate that. We need free speech. We need to be able to say what we want to say without being condemned or looked down on or whatever. Especially if other people are, like, it's so crazy. The left was able to get away with a lot of crazy talk, but it seemed like people on the right got policed the most. So no, it should be equal on both ends. So that was great to hear. Great to hear. A society, equals colorblind, merit-based, not colorblind, merit-based. That's exactly the quote he said. I love that. Too many people, this DEI hire, I know a lot of leftist Democrats think the DEI initiative was something that was in place to make Black people get jobs they deserve. I'm like, no, for the most part, yes, that's what they said, but for the most part, they were putting people of color in positions that they did not qualify for. There was no, they didn't, it wasn't merit based, it was color based, so that's great to hear. People, like, it's so crazy, people talking about how racist society is and how how they can't get jobs because they're a certain color. It's 2025, guys. There's not a job out here for the most part. I know there's some people that are still very anti certain colors. See, I feel like I can't say certain things on YouTube. Anti-racist, anti certain colors, but for the most part, there's every job out there hires every race. I think that's a BS excuse. So get to just reiterate that and say, like, he wants it to be merit based and not color based is just great. And this, he said, I was like, whoa, no, he didn't say that. Oh, the craziness. He said only 2 genders are out there, male and female. He said this before, but it was just better for him when he said it this time, because I don't know, he just said it with a straight face, and it was just like, it's just crazy that we have to repeat that, like, now in today's time. Like, think about that we have to go around saying that there's only 2 genders because there's lunatics out there that believe that there's more. It's it's insane, but it's great. It's so iconic for him to say that because so many people don't believe that, so he was like, yeah, we got to reinstate that. There are only 2 genders. These other people who say otherwise are crazy. Love that. He said, reinstate military members that refuse the vaccine. Oh my gosh, that was fantastic. I thought that was amazing. It should be, but I think it should be to everyone. There were even, like I covered in my LA fires video, there were firefighters that got held off or put off because they refused to take the vaccine. And it's just like, you ruin these people's livelihoods. They had to adapt. They had to probably find a whole new career path to pursue because nobody in the military would hire them. No place that hires firefighters would hire them. So yeah, I think that's amazing that he said that, because they deserve it, to punish somebody for not wanting to put poison in their arms that they don't know anything about, something that wasn't proven effective at all prior to putting it in their arms. They shouldn't have been let go. They shouldn't have been punished. So that was another great point. He talked about growing the nation and how that we're going to come together and make America great again, basically. And it was really great in his speech. He really spoke well and smoothly. His points, he hit them all on the nail, which is very refreshing to see. Because in the past, Donald Trump will go on a rant and say stuff kind of out the blue, like Haitians, they're eating dogs and cats, right? But he was very on point and hit every point right on the nail. So I really appreciate that. He was so great. Yeah, I really have no words to say. He thanked his kids. He thanked his wife. And he even threw out a shout out to former Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Joe Biden. Very, again, respectful. He was nice about things that he didn't have to be nice about, but he was, and that just shows a lot about his character. So shout out to him, man. I really thought it was amazing. But back to Elon Musk. It was so funny. Right after his speech, they showed the camera to Elon Musk, and he was just like, yay! I wish I could show you guys the clip. He was like, yay! He was so happy, smiling, laughing, like a little fangirl. It was like, oh my gosh, pull yourself together, Elon. Like, you look like a groupie right now. Like, what is going on? But I get he was happy. But it was just extra funny because Barron also was standing next to Elon, so serious and so composed. And so Elon, looking like a fangirl, just made it look 10 times crazier because everybody around him was so stoic, so cool. It was hilarious. I was just like, Elon, And I've never seen Elon be like that. He's very like serious, very monotone, very, cold in his expressions. But see that he was like just so joyous and happy and so giddy. It was so funny. Um, but iconic. It was hilarious. And then Carrie Underwood came out to sing the what song did she sing? Dang, I thought I listed the song. But anyway, whatever song she sang, beautiful voice. But the thing is, the audio didn't work, which was crazy. Or the background music that was supposed to play for her to sing live, they messed up, man. It was this weird pause in between, and we were like, what is happening? Like, but we figured after a little while longer, it was a technical difficulty. But her singing live, man, I was like, oh, I forgot how good she sings. I'm not a big Carrie Underwood fan, but the songs I did love that she sang was Before He Cheats and Just a Dream. It's crazy. They're like, you like Just a Dream? I'm like, yes, that song, I still play it today. I don't know any of her newer music, but her voice is amazing. Strong, sweet. No, she didn't sing the national anthem. I forget the name of it. I think it was America the Beautiful, if I'm not mistaken. I'm gonna fact check that later. Yeah, there was a delay, but all in all, she killed it. You could tell she was a little nervous, and I think she said that she was a little nervous, but again, her voice made up for it. So good, so classy looking, so beautiful. I was like, oh my gosh, she's been famous for so many years. She's been it since I was a little kid, and she still looks just as good as she did. I guess maybe in her early 20s or teens or whatever, or late teens or whatever it was when she first came to fame. But gorgeous. I remember she got so much backlash for performing, and it's just like, and it was a lot of people giving her backlash, or people like me who haven't known her recently, and how she's grown into being like a conservative, very traditional woman. I think even Candace Owens mentioned she's neighbors with Carrie Underwood, and knows that she's very, very Christian, very traditional. But we just know her from the Before He Cheats song, right? And the other song that I mentioned that I love so much, and other songs she's made years ago. People don't know her now like that. So yeah, she got a whole lot of backlash, but stupidly so. And she killed it. She looks like a sweetheart. I can just read energies very well through just looking at people, and you can tell she's a sweetie pie. Sweetie pie. So that was it pretty much for the speech. I also watched later the I think it was, I forget, they have a whole bunch of events after this, but there was one event when Melania Trump came out with First Lady Melania Trump came out with Donald Trump, and they did their first dance, and they danced to some music. And then also Vice President JD Vance and Second Lady, Usha Vance came out and danced alongside them. Like, they switched dresses, guys. Oh my gosh, they changed dresses obviously for this, and they looked amazing. Like, I really appreciated Melania's dress. Oh my gosh, black and white, very classy, strapless, long hair behind her. She took her hair out the bun, and she's just classy. I looked up the other day, I was like, oh, this woman's 50 something. I don't know why I thought she was way younger than that. She just looks really good, so maybe that's why. But she's just gorgeous, classy. I think she's the most fashionable first lady that we've ever had, next to Jackie Kennedy. But she just looks really good, and I'm gonna keep talking about her looks because, like I said, I appreciate fashion, and you just appreciate it 10 times more when it's in the White House, when other people appreciate it. So she appreciates it. She looked good, and yeah. And even Usha Vance, JD's wife, she had a dress change, and so she had the initial pink ensemble, but she changed later into this blue. It had straps, but it was very sheer, very classy, but it looked strapless blue dress, and it had like designs going up the sheer. Just stunning. And she's just stunning because she just has a really pretty smile. You know, when you have a really pretty smile, you make whatever you're wearing works. But she didn't even need to smile with this dress. This dress was gorgeous. I'm just so happy to see two tall. Yeah, I don't know how tall Melania is, but she's wearing heels, and Donald Trump's pretty tall, and they were about the same height. And I know Usha Vance is tall because JD Vance mentioned it when speaking about her. So two tall, small, two small, tall, beautiful women next to their husband supporting them. I thought that was just amazing to watch and see. Yeah, what a time, man. We're living in great times, and I'm very excited to see what's going to happen. President Donald Trump has said a lot of things, and I really think he's going to come to pass with a lot of things he said he's going to do. Authenticity is something I can spot off the bat. Just like, real beauty, I can spot authenticity, and you could really hear it in his speech, by his voice. And like I said, people are so happy that we don't have a puppet no longer in office. We don't have to worry about Donald Trump being a puppet at all. He says what he says. He has no filter. We know this already. No one's controlling him behind the scenes. And he's right about a lot of things. I don't agree with everything. But for the most part, I think he's going to do so much good for this country. And I think, like I said, I think he's going to do what needs to be done to make America great again. I really do. The debt in this country is insane. The inflation, the things the kids are learning in schools, it just needs to be better. And it starts with the children, because they're our future. They are our future. So we need to be focused on, what we're teaching our kids in school, and what is being entertained to us on social media, what is being told to us, what is being forced to put in our minds and our bodies. We have to pay attention to those things. And it's very clear that Donald Trump cares. Because think about it, this is a billionaire. He could be doing any other thing than running for president. He could be, playing on his golf courses, living in his multiple houses, enjoying his kids, his grandkids. But he chose to run in office again. And I think on Megyn Kelly's show, he said, I have work to do still. She asked him straight up. She was like, why are you running for president again? He's like, I got work to do. This country has work to do, and I feel like I can help, And you can do nothing but respect that and appreciate that. And the people, and I want to say this last thing, to the people that are so upset that Trump is in office and, just hounding him and being rude and unreasonable when it comes to things he does. I'm asking you, it's 2025, it's still January, it's still fresh. This would have been great to happen on January 1st, but, better late than ever. Watch his speeches, do some research on President Donald Trump. Hear the things he's actually saying. Listen to comprehend, not to respond and get riled up with emotions. And I promise you, you would chill a little bit and not be so quick to point fingers and hound him and, call him names. You'll understand where he's coming from. You'll understand why a majority of this country voted for him. Because despite being the rich person that he is, he's still relatable. He goes through hardships. He acknowledges them. He helps people that needs to be helped. He has compassion. He shows it all the time. Doesn't gloat it on social media. He's a person, not a robot. Not somebody who's placed in the office to do what they're supposed to do. A puppet. He's not a puppet. He's a real person, wealthy or not. And that's what people appreciated, and that's why people voted for him. So stop being so caught up in your head. Stop being so caught up with the mainstream media is feeding you. Decide to think for yourself. Decide to do your own research and understand what it is Donald Trump is planning for this country. And whether he does it or not, we'll see in these next 4 years. But you can't be mad at the things he wants for this country, because it's things we all want. And that's all I have to say about that. All right, guys, like this video if you like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and always comment. I love to hear you guys' opinions, always. And I will see you guys on the next video. Okay, bye.
Aquel día el instinto nos decía que esa noche juntico no quería, que las ganas bebé nos ganaría, pero no fue así. Vamos lento, ya, que si nos apuramos no disfrutamos del momento, ya, y lo vamos a arruinar. Dale lento, ya, dile a tus amigas que hoy no vas para afuera, que estás en la escuela y vamos a jugar. Ella sabe que quiero a mi mamacita. Ella también quiere que seamos felices. Ella, la que se apresura a la vueltica. Ella es sin timidez. Como la ven, no le importa dónde y cuándo. Pero nada no he hecho, no soy el que la mando. Nunca lo seré, su carácter no es de niña, que la puede controlar cualquiera. Y me encanta, yo lo sé, independiente. Vamos lento y verás. Y me encanta, yo lo sé, independiente. Vamos lento y verás. Vamos lento, ya, que si nos apuramos no disfrutamos del momento, ya, y lo vamos a arruinar. Dale lento, ya, dile a tus amigas que hoy no vas para afuera, que estás en la escuela y vamos los 7 días de la semana. Te doy de mañana y consejos sabes que no es. Te doy el desquite, que me quites todas esas ganas que te tengo, mujer. Todo el mundo sabe que tú y yo somos más que panas, pero nos vamos lento, que el que se apura no